Let's see. Fire flood items. Do you cop and post or cop and just wait till low ball to sell off, then post? So yeah, I'll usually cop it, then I would list it. It's not like I would wait to list it. I just leave my price the way it is, and I just wait until the flood is over. I've done this at least 50 times. The first thing that comes to mind is when I was selling some Ultra Boost, and it was the Ultra Boost in that Parley colorway, and it was super flooded. They were only $50, or maybe there was $40 in Ross, and I was seeing them in every single Ross, and they were well over like 600 listings on eBay at one point. So every time I went to Ross, I would always see them. So I just kept buying them. You know, pandemic first came around in March. People was, gyms were closing, and people, I guess, just needed running shoes. I had 15 pairs in total. All 15 pairs. I was sitting on 15 pairs, listed items for like a month and a half. Not one sold. From March to April, maybe April 15th, right around when people got stimulus checks, sold out. For me, I'm just a firm believer, and sometimes you just got to wait. If it's a good shoe, you got to just bet on the shoe. Knowing that, especially since I don't sell hyped items, there's no huge dip on this items that I'm selling. So I just believe in doing business like that. An item you have listed starts to get flooded. Do you keep the price you have, or do you lower it to compete? It depends, right? Everything has its gray area. Sometimes I might lower it a little bit. A good example is those golf shoes, those fast fit golf shoes. Everybody had those at one point. That was a flooded market because it was $24 for the shoe, $25 for the shoes, but they were selling for like 100, 110, 120, 130. When people first were picking those up, they were selling them for like 150, 140. I've seen sales new without box 150, 140. So we all knew where they were getting it from, right? Then the market started to plummet. So when I initially had mine listed, I had it listed for like 120, 130. Then I lowered it down to about 120. No, I lowered it down to 110 because people were selling their stuff for like $60, $50, barely making any profit at all. So I didn't want to play myself and price myself out of the market because they were no longer selling for 150. The odds of me getting that was close to none. But I did see the top of the market in the last 30 days was 110. So I just priced mine to the top of the market at that point. I'm pretty sure there's probably some people even more patient than I am, and they probably waited a little longer and they have their stuff for 120, 130, 140. So it all depends on, your I guess your stamina, if you have the ability to wait a little longer than others. Is a thermal printer a must? Starting out, and they're kind of pricey. Yeah, they definitely are kind of pricey, and they've even gone up in price significantly. The Dymo 4XL at one point was $200 brand new. Now it's like close to 300. So definitely not a necessity. It's a luxury to have a thermal printer because it prints out a lot faster. It's already like a adhesive label, so you don't need to tape it. You just slap it on. When I first started selling, I had like a regular Canon inkjet printer, and I found myself wasting a lot of money on ink. Like I would print a lot of stuff and I would waste a lot of money on ink, and I had to tape all four corners, so that would take some more time. So the shipping process just took way more time than it does now. So it's just one of those things where, you might want to invest in it as your business is growing. If you have a printer now, cool. But having a thermal printer, if you can find some, I know like Epson has cheaper ones. I know Brother has cheaper ones. I know Rollo is a cheaper one. So those are some options, like some brands that have cheaper thermal printers, but definitely not an essential. I use a Zebra LP 2844 found on eBay for $40. It's ugly, but does the job. Hell yeah, there you go. That's another brand that y'all should look for. Zebra LP 2844. That's a thermal printer. Can't go wrong with a thermal printer. As long as it's doing the job, it's not taking up too much space on your desk, you're good to go. Get the Brother one. It's cheaper. Topped mine on Amazon for about 100. No issues here. Don't have to get the Dymo 4XL. Just make sure it can print 4x6 and get the best deal you can. Absolutely. That's great advice. I know I talk about the Dymo because I did a review on the Dymo, and I did the review on the Dymo because when I was looking to purchase the Dymo, I seen a lot of like sponsored videos. I was seeing so much people. I said, yeah, Dymo sent this to me, so I'm gonna do a review. And to me, that's not like the most trustworthy review. So I just wanted to do a non-sponsored one, and I like the Dymo. But like I said, I'll tell people don't even use a thermal, use any printer. Just make sure that you're not wasting a lot of time in the post office, because that's just bad, like for business, especially once we get in the fourth quarter and the post office is going to be like around the block. You don't want to waste your time doing that. That'll be terrible. That'll be a lot of time wasted.
For the winner, cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Mood just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm tight and now I'm off it.